Alex, it's 12 months since we were with Ford at CES when we last looked at Sync and SDL. What's happened since then? What are we looking at the show this year? And I believe you have some very exciting and interesting announcements, including support for Alexa.
Yep.
Can you talk us through?
Sure. So last year we announced that Toyota would be coming on board when it relates to SDL, right? They'd be integrating that technology into their vehicles.
Yep.
This year we actually announced an SDL consortium, which is a group of individuals from both the OEM space on car manufacturer side as well as tier 1 suppliers. So we have Toyota as well as us on board. We have PSA, Suzuki, Subaru, and Mazda as well. So they are all interested in utilizing SDL and bringing that into the vehicle to have that as their connectivity solution.
And are you finding that as you talk to these companies, the concept is a good one for them? Are they liking this?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's they realize that it's always nice to have your own connectivity solution, but when you're confusing your customers, that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
So with this, it's more of, we have over 100 app partners already. So Ford really did a lot of the brunt work in the first couple years of starting this up. So to utilize the existing app partners that we already have without any of the OEMs already having to do any of the work, it seems like a relatively no-brainer. And with the announcement of the Alexa POC we did last year, we got a really big rounding response from that, and I think that kind of jump-started a bunch of OEMs and saying this is a good idea, let's do it.
Well, that's a pretty good catch, isn't it, being able to bring Alexa into the environment. So
Yep.
Perhaps we could start the demo by looking at that.
Sure, so we'll go through a couple apps. The first one we've got running right now is Cygic, which is a mobile navigation provider for EU.
Yep.
And what they've actually been able to do is, utilizing SDL, they can actually take their map tiles from the phone and just project it onto the HMI. So it's bringing the user experience that people are normally used to using with Cygic. So instead of having a little phone next to your dash, you can actually have it on your HMI and be able to use the map and use all of your screen real estate. So it's safer for the driver, and it's obviously more enticing for you as an OEM. Being able to bring other partners in without having to do too much work with that. So
we're talking about these apps. So is there a perceptible difference between the app coming to you via SDL and the original native app?
I mean, there's always going to be differences, right? You're communicating through a protocol that's relatively generic, so that way it works with the most wide variety of apps. Mobile navigation is obviously one of the more challenging ones because you're pushing video frames to the head unit.
Yep.
So it's been I would say it's been an exciting journey because I've actually been working on the mobile navigation piece as well. So it's been an exciting journey seeing it coming from the very first stages of seeing pictures on the head unit to now having full moving maps. It's really, really, really cool, and it's not too difficult for developers of these mobile navigation apps to begin integrating it into their apps as well.
So what's the Alexa experience like in the car? Can you do everything in the car that you can do with Alexa at home?
Yep, so it's basically, the similar things you're used to doing, so asking what the weather is, tell me a joke, things like that, right? You can also talk to all of your smart connected devices as well. You get full Audible support, Amazon Prime Music support as well.
So I believe you're going to be brave enough to try and demonstrate this.
I think so. We'll see if this goes okay.
Good luck.
Please say a command.
Alexa,
Alexa,
take me to the nearest Starbucks.
getting directions to Starbucks.
And here you see it's gone ahead and done some location and actually pushed the feature to navigation. So we can actually just go ahead and hit start, and it's going to go ahead and take us to Starbucks.
That's very good. If I to be a little curious, I noticed you kind of leaning into the mic, and we're in a very noisy environment. Inside the car, how effectively is this working?
I think the really cool thing about SDL is relatively, it's just a communication transport mechanism, right? It's up to the OEMs to do what they do best, right? Ford Motor Company has been doing embedded microphones in their vehicles for a very long time, and we've optimized all the microphones to work very well in the vehicles. And in all of our testing that we've done, we've had no issues because the microphones are tuned to actually be taking in voice commands and getting audio data, right? So you're using those optimized microphones already.
Well, these are interesting times. Thanks very much, Alex.
Thank you.